What's up, guys? This is Kalo, and normally I'm here to give you the lowdown on all things gaming, but we are back for yet another episode of The Cutting Board. And today I am joined by the local Florida man himself. Why don't you say what's up?
Hey.
I think having you here on the show today is vital to what we're going to be talking about. And I know some people in the gaming world. We're talking about this indie title. I don't know if you've ever really heard of it. It's very small, very niche. We're talking about Grand Theft Auto 6. You've heard about it, right?
Oh, I thought you were talking about Red Dead Redemption. Because, I mean, that takes place down south.
Yeah, kind of, sort of. But yeah, today we're talking about
Well,
GTA
I mean,
6.
I guess I know. I
Uh,
don't know anything about GTA.
I think that's a lot of lore. I can't unpack because there's a lot to do there. But we're talking about GTA 6, our expectations, our hopes and dreams for this title, and to kind of set the scene a little bit, we're following GTA 5, of course. And I discovered last night that I only remember Roman numerals based on Grand Theft Auto games. So, I'm being resourceful. But GTA 5 released all the way back in 2013. To put that in perspective, Xbox 360, it launched on that. I was in high school, just about to graduate, junior year into senior year. So it was a long time ago.
Yeah, I mean, that was over 10 years ago.
Oh,
It's been a decade.
oh.
They're as bad as Bethesda when it comes to releasing Fallout titles.
And it's gonna be. I have a little thought on that in a little bit, but I think while GTA 5 is the prior installment to 6, I don't think we should base our expectations, our hopes and dreams off that. I think the more current title in Red Dead Redemption 2 is kind of the benchmark, at least what I'm going to use here. And I just think that's because the map, the characters, the story, it's all detailed, it's all there. I'm not going to get into the guy that was forced to animate the horse, and you know what I'm talking about if you played Red Dead Redemption 2. The attention to detail there.
Yeah.
It's crazy. It's crazy. But when I look at games like this, I look for that lived in feeling. I look for that like it's homey, it's got character. It's got pizzazz. It's like that beat up car you get, your first car ever. It's reliable. It'll get you to point A to point B, and it's just nice. You can beat it up every once in a while.
For me, it's like you said, it's a reliable game. I love the GTA series. I have played it since at least like San Andreas. I played a little bit of. I mainly focus on 5. I'm excited for 6. I'm mainly an online player. I personally don't like didn't like the story of 5, but
Mm.
I'm hoping they can at least change that with 6. Like it looks like it'll go in a different direction a little bit, and I'm interested as to seeing how they do everything with it, especially with it being Florida. I want to see all the craziness.
It's like the perfect storm. Like, you talk about a location that already in real life is larger than life. The Florida Man headlines all the time that pop up through the news. It's crazy. The locations, the people. I have something. I'm going to save it for my last little category here. But real quick, I kind of want this more connected GTA universe. We have 6 titles so far, and to my knowledge, at least from what I've played, there are small references to like Red Dead, there's other references to other games baked within, but I want like a concrete, like, hey, a newscast pops up and there's Trevor getting arrested for like, I don't know, grand larceny or something like that. I want something like that to at least acknowledge, like, hey, this is a universe, this is the United States, this is what we're building.
Yeah, no, I agree with you on that. Like I definitely want to see some sort of like, oh, Trevor was arrested for something. Maybe Franklin at this point gets arrested for something because he's big in the online mode now.
Yeah.
So like for 5, and you help. I can't remember the name of the business right now, but you help him with one of the businesses, And like it would just be so great if like, you know, just to put an end to 5 in 6, they do something that's just like, oh yeah, bring back Franklin and you help him get into the music business in Miami or something, and then there you go.
And like for me, it doesn't even have to be as big as that. You know, Rockstar is very, they like to do the little details. And like, let's just say you pick up a paper and you read, oh, grand heist in California or Los Santos. Like, this is what happened. This person got arrested. It could be Michael, Trevor, whoever. But yeah, give me like a little nod like that, and I would be happy. At least, again, like you said, Mario Kart 9 or 8 Deluxe or whatever, and GTA 5, we need to put them to rest this year. It needs to happen.
No, I mean GTA 5 is not going to be put to rest for a long time. You have to at
They're
least
still
admit to
gonna
that.
support it. They're
Like
still gonna support it.
even whenever 6 comes out, they're going to keep GTA 5 going for at least like a year or something.
Yeah.
Because I mean, they're going to want to give everyone time to switch over to a new title and everything, and they're going to want to give everybody time to like get the online in a good position. And I don't know, I would be upset if they didn't let you carry some stuff over.
Yeah.
Because like how much people have put into 5 for the online. If they did like for the inevitable online of 6, it's going to end up continuing it and probably adding more heists and everything. I'd be upset if like, you know, you bought like 5 shark cards or something, bought yourself the deluxo, bought yourself the like the flying motorcycle, bought yourself the whatever, and then
Yeah.
like couldn't carry it over into 6. People would be fuming.
I am a superhero on the flying bike. I have both iterations, the one with the jet and the one with the wings. It's my favorite vehicle ever. But to your point about carrying stuff over, in GTA 5, you're able to own real estate. You're able to own garages, nightclubs, whatever have you. I think with that game, like it was good up front, like you were able to just have the property, the apartment, whatever. I want to be able to customize the house, the apartment, the garage, whatever. Like, give me a chance to really make it my own. Really, they kind of did that with those mobile, like, military base things, like the trucks where you got in the back and you're like, I can put a sentry turret thing over here. I could put an eating area over here. I feel like with next gen titles, stuff like that should just be it. Like Skyrim did this thing where you can build your own house from the ground up. This wing is the apothecary, this wing is the woodcutting place. Do something like that. I want to put up posters, I want to put up like a pool table, make it fun, you know, stuff like
Now
that.
they went beyond with that. Did you ever do the Diamond Casino?
No, I did not.
So when you buy the Diamond Casino penthouse, you can actually customize like everything about it.
Oh, so it's already there.
So yeah, I guarantee you they'll take it a step further in 6,
Yeah.
because like the penthouse alone, well, so you can't customize everything. There's still like the whole like, oh, the bar area is can
Yeah.
only be in this location, but you can choose like different ways for it to look or whatever. Or, like, you know, or there's the like, oh, you can add arcade cabinets to
Okay.
it, or oh yeah, you can choose like this bedroom layout, or like this is how you want the walls to look, but you can't change where each room goes or the layout of it. So, and one of the big things that they added in 5 for the casino was that you could like get like statues and stuff from the casino itself and put them up in the put them up in the penthouse.
Mm.
And so you could have like a big statue in the beginning when you walk in. You could set up like different looks for like different statues and everything sitting in different areas. So really, I'd be surprised if they didn't expand on that in 6
Yeah.
and add something to it where you can just like go, oh yeah, I want these posters on this wall, or I want to specifically make this room upstairs an arcade and this room downstairs a bedroom.
Yeah, especially with like you can customize your weapons, your hair, tattoos, your vehicles, but not your home. Like I get you're supposed to be out in the world and out like on the streets doing missions and stuff, but there are times where you go back and there was that, I want to say it was the business up I'm calling it the business update, but like you meet back at your penthouse and then you plan your missions and stuff for the heist one. So like
Yeah.
you do spend some time there.
Yeah, there's even more businesses now. I mean, there's the
Yeah.
nightclub, there's the auto shops, there's like all the drug cartel stuff that you can do. I mean, there's so many businesses now that you can just customize. Even the arcade was the one for the
Mm,
like for the Diamond Casino. And like each one of those is customizable, but only to a certain extent. So I
yeah.
guarantee you, like in six, if they continue to do the heist thing, then they will add the capability to like customize every business or like every property that you purchase. I mean, really, Rockstar would be fools not to do that.
Yeah. They just had so much time. Like, you've had so much time to make this game. And I'm going to lump this in with the real estate customization, the character customization. It was alright. You got to pick your two grandparents. One of them, I picked John Marston. But, I want something more than that. You know, there's other games that exist out there, like Ark, like, I don't know. I'm going to throw Skyrim back out there or any Bethesda game really. I feel like GTA gave you the framework of like here are your relatives, you can kind of like do that from there. But I want them to make, especially since Florida has so many different cultures baked within that area, you're gonna have a lot of different people, a lot of different looking like hairstyles, beards, facial features, stuff like that. I need more there because grant you most of the time, at least my character, I'm wearing a mask, but you know, it'd be nice to know there's someone underneath there.
No, like, I mean, really, I would say that they probably limited it just because it got made on the 360, and with how
Mm,
big GTA is, you really have to think. I mean, if I were to compare it between, if I were to compare GTA and Skyrim, I would probably say GTA is bigger and a lot more
oh yeah.
demanding than Skyrim. And so, really, when it comes to Skyrim, I can see why they were able to make a character customization the way that they did, or on the PS4, like I can see how they did it for Fallout 4 with like character customization. And but like there's more to it whenever it's like online and other people are seeing it and your characters appearing in cutscenes and everything. And so really with 6 and like all the upgraded hardware, once again, I would just be amazed if they didn't do something more in depth with the character creator. Especially like one of my biggest things I would love, just because I love like body art and everything, is like I would love it if you could actually make custom tattoos for your character.
Ooh.
Is like that would be just amazing to me to have something like, oh yeah, you can select like, have it be templates, not actually like, oh yeah, you design something, but have it be like templates like, oh, here's a star, but you can put that star anywhere that you want on the body,
Yeah.
or and you can mix it with like swirls and stuff to make your own like sort of custom tattoos.
Yeah. Black Ops, I'm going back to Call of Duty real quick. They did that. You can customize your own emblem, but they gave you a bunch of circles, they gave you a bunch of triangles, and people took
Yeah,
that and they made like cool, like actual pictures. Maybe something like that, kind of, to like, I don't know, fit the mold of like this is an arm tattoo or this is a face tattoo, which
yeah.
there's going to be plenty of that. So, yeah,
Give
I'm
tons of
down for that.
geometrics. Give tons of geometrics. Let you go to town, just putting them all over the body. There you go.
Exactly. And
And
then you can
also
do
give like
creators.
random images.
Yeah, yeah. You can do it could be like Forza where you like have these like logo updaters or uploaders where you can kind of put your own pictures on there or like you make it in the game, upload it and people can download it. It'll create a nice little thing there. And speaking of multiplayer, I need a better rank system for this game. I remember playing GTA Online up front, and it took forever to upgrade and update everything. Once you reached rank 100, you got the minigun or whatever. I think it was 100 or 200. You got the minigun, and then everything after that was a slow build. Getting experience from these missions it was just so long. It took forever. And replaying missions was like a chore almost. So maybe they can kind of rework the rank up system or at least grant more XP up front. I don't know. That's just my one gripe with multiplayer.
I don't know. I mean, you have that gripe. I personally have never given a shit about the rank.
Well, when you
I've
have to
always
unlock
just been
guns
like,
and
hey,
stuff.
I mean, like, there's a certain rank that's required, I believe, in order to be able to do the heists and everything. After that
Yeah.
point, I was just like, hey, I don't really care.
It's like I
I
made it.
mean, the guns are fun, whatever. I'm mainly interested in getting cars.
That's true. I mainly worry
I mean,
about my garage. That's all I
I
need.
mean, my big thing is I just love all the Arena War vehicles. I know a lot of people don't
Yes.
like Arena War,
It's
but
fun.
like I can spend an entire afternoon just driving around in one of my Arena War vehicles and just messing with players and just like running people over
You're one of
and
those people. I see. I see now.
like a friend and I specifically rode around in my semi truck one, and it was just like it was a fuel tanker, and it was just that one that can just shoot fire.
Oh my
And
gosh.
we just drove around like catching people on fire for the longest time. And then another one we drove around in the monster truck, and we called it the Big Mama's Fist
Oh,
because it had the fist on the front. And
that's
every time
great.
we would hit someone, we'd be like, "We're fisting you."
It's like that one person in every Grand Theft Auto library or lobby. I don't know why I said library. That has the jet and just kind of hangs over the whole map and just bombs you, gets out of there. There's always that one person. But yeah, I need to upgrade a little more there for the rank system. Now, real quick, improved combat. I don't know if it's me, maybe I'm going crazy, but Red Dead plays different from Grand Theft Auto. I'm a sharpshooter in Red Dead. I can shoot off people's hats in that game and then shoot them in the face. But when I get to Grand Theft Auto, something feels stiff, something feels wonky. I just can't kill anybody. So, at least some consistency across the board there.
Well, I mean, Red Dead is a newer game, so of course it's going to have a better system in place for like shooting and everything. But you also have like, I never play Red Dead. Don't you have like Deadeye mode or something where like like things slow down? You can just go.
You do, but I never use it. I don't cheat like that. I feel like that's aimbot a
Oh,
little
okay.
bit.
But yeah, like I agree with you on that one. They could definitely make it better. I don't see why they wouldn't use something similar to Red Dead or improve upon what Red Dead made.
Yeah.
Just because, I mean, really, if they just stick to the same thing that GTA has, then they're just going to be kind of working backwards in a sense, and you always want to work forward. So I'm fully on board with that. Just hey, take Red Dead's shooting
Yeah.
mechanics, put them in there, done.
It- there we go. That's all we need. Now, I'm gonna move on to my last hope and dream here, and then I'm gonna slide this one in real quick. I want a native, like, Spotify music streaming service within Grand Theft Auto. I know this is a far off dream because licensing and whatever have you, but I like Grand Theft Auto's taste in music whenever they release like the full thing. I mean, they put Backstreet Boys in the last one. They put Fergie. Like, it was great stuff. That's all I needed. I was jamming in my car all the time, anytime. But I feel like a native Spotify streaming service, something within that game, would take it to the next level because, like you said, people drive around those games. They just do that. Like, that's what they do. They get on the game, they cruise around, and that's it. Now, imagine your favorite playlist in real life in the game. That sounds pretty fun.
Yeah, no, I'm all on board with that. I definitely want that because like I personally don't really like the music in GTA 5. I always drive around with it off just because I
Sitting
just
silent in the
don't like
car?
it. Yeah, I'm either talking to somebody
Mm,
or I don't care about listening to the music.
yeah.
So, I mean, there's a handful of songs I actually enjoy in it. So, like, really, I spend most of the time with it on silent. And so, like, if I were to be able to, like, hook up my Spotify playlist to it,
Oh,
I would be way happy with that.
yeah. Like, there's so many opportunities there. But now this is my last point. Campaign DLC. I think GTA 4 stood the test of time with campaign DLC like the Battle of Gay Tony, The Lost and the Damned. I think Gay Tony revamped the multiplayer, gave you an expanded or more, I'm trying to find the word for it, like a refresh of the current map of Liberty City. You got new vehicles, new weapons, and that was all multiplayer. But this is something GTA 5 lacked. I don't recall, at least to my knowledge, any like mainline story DLC. Like they had it at some point, but then I think they canceled it. But then they were like, yeah, multiplayer is the only thing we're really gonna do. But I
Yeah,
need
to
something
my
like that.
knowledge, there wasn't. To my
Yeah.
knowledge, there wasn't anything that was story related. It was all online related, which I don't really care
Mm,
that they did it that way. I mean, Rockstar noticed that the online was where everybody was focused, and
yeah.
they shifted their mindset to, hey, make this game last. And I mean, I respect them for that.
It
I
paid
mean, really,
off.
if they do the same thing with six, they just deliver like a strong story out the gate that doesn't need improving, then there you go. They can focus on the online, and there would be no issue with it.
That I see, and then I kind of look back to Red Dead 1, where you got Undead Nightmare. In my opinion, that was my favorite DLC across any game ever. And I still play it to this day because, one, I think it's a great zombie simulator, like an apocalypse simulator. And I look at the location for this game, and you might know where I'm going with this. We're in Florida. What's in Florida? Disney World. Give me something. Like, GTA is a period piece for the current day. And you can't sit here and tell me the way things have been in the world, they have tons of ammunition here to do a Disney World DLC. Grant you, GTA is more focused on
Uh,
aliens, so let's do an alien takeover apocalypse DLC here. But like I look at Disney World, I look at Alien Takeover, it just seems so perfect.
dude, I could go on about like Disney stuff because like I love Disney, so like it would be great to see them do everything with Disney World and like do their own version of it and everything. I highly doubt that they will do that. I feel like it would be very difficult
It
to
would be.
actually like touch anything Disney related without Disney taking Mickey Mouse's hand and shoving it up their ass to like get retribution.
Is
But
it public domain though? They can technically use it.
they could use the old like 1920s one, yeah. That one would be great. I feel like they will do something though.
Yeah, they
But hear
have
me out,
to.
like they won't do like Disney World, but there are sections of Miami that like I've seen where like people it's kind of like similar to like California where like some people will like go, "Oh yeah, we'll dress up as like characters and everything."
Yeah.
They could totally just have people dress up as Disney princesses and walk around and have you like be able to beat the shit out of them or like kill
Yeah.
them and like, "Hey, I would be totally down for that."
In GTA 5, didn't they have someone who looks like Master Chief? Because I remember seeing, like, there were astronauts, but, like, they were green, they had orange visors. I think that's there. And there was that one mission in GTA 5 where you got high off some drug and then you were fighting aliens in the park. Like, especially when you look back at GTA, they have a history of like cryptids and all that stuff with Bigfoot. Bigfoot was in Red Dead. They had the alien actual sightings in the campaign. They had the ghosts in the, I think it was the multiplayer. Like you go somewhere at a certain time and she's standing on the hill. It's like you flirt with those ideas and then you have a game like this coming out. How cool would it be for like an alien takeover of Miami? Because this is pretty much where the game is set. Like, do something like that. Like, oh, I Disney World, just sign me up. Do that, please. Do a theme park. It could be an off-world Disney, like a off-brand,
Yeah.
like an off-brand, maybe Universal. I don't know, because everyone compares it like Disney and Universal are always fighting. But yeah,
See,
I
I
would love that.
imagine that they would do something with that, like something with the theme park ward
It
moving that.
has to be there.
Like, my main thing is that I want them to really focus on like different like actual like news stories and everything, because there's been so many news stories, just even especially around where I live, and I don't even live in Miami, so like I could imagine them there. But around here, we've had things like, and forewarning for anybody, this is about to get like really, really not safe. So don't just cover your ears if you're a child.
Warning, warning.
But like, for instance, like my brother-in-law, he worked at Target once upon a time. They had to throw somebody out for jacking off to the My Little Ponies
Oh my gosh.
in the store. Like there was a news story. There's an intersection near where I live where people die all the time because they get run over.
This sounds
Like
like
that's
it sounds like Grand Theft Auto. That's what it sounds like.
and and not just that. There's also like let's see. There was a teacher once upon a time who got arrested for embezzling. There was another teacher at some point that ended up running one of her students over. There was there was someone who, I don't know if it happened around here, but there was a someone who went to a drive-through, and whenever they were getting their food, they opened up the door or whatever, and they took an alligator and threw it through through the window.
Oh my. See, like you're saying this all and it's like that there's no way that can be real life. That has to be Grand Theft Auto. But it's happening. It's
Yeah.
happening right there. Like, Rockstar, get down there, please.
So, like, I mean, like I said, if anything, I just want them to do like as many crazy news stories as they possibly can.
Well, in the trailer, they did the alligator going into the gas station or whatever, and
Yeah,
they could.
they did an alligator going into a gas station. That's not that crazy. There's a lot more crazy shit that they could do.
It's like I've seen stuff with gators. I've seen it with my own two eyes.
Okay, so one of the big ones that caught attention around here is that manatees are highly protected in Florida.
You can't hug them, apparently,
And
right, or something like that.
yeah, you can't touch them
Yeah.
without it being like a federal crime or something. And the only way that you can touch a manatee is if they touch you, and if they touch you, then like you basically can't move, and if you do, then you're committed a crime.
Oh my
And
gosh.
someone had the gall during the whole like 2020 election era to take a knife and carve Trump's name into one of them.
Oh my gosh.
Like
Damn.
that was one of the stories that went huge around here. And to my knowledge, they never caught the person. But
Yeah.
like, I was like, that is insanity.
It's just like you look at you look at Florida itself. It's such like a rock star world already in real life. They just got to animate it pretty much. There's just so much there. And again, I said this was like a period piece. You talk about like in the news, there's been stuff about aliens, there's been stuff like the pandemic we went through. It's it's almost like the best time in human history to do another Grand Theft Auto. So it's really up to them how far they want to push it, and more often than not, Rockstar pushes it up until that line. So I trust them. Also, they have this focus on like live streaming on TikTok and stuff like that. I want to see what they do there with social media. If that's going to be a part of maybe multiplayer, maybe you have a social media account that you run through the in-game world. There's just so much, man. I'm looking at this all.
You just made me think of that. Like, what if they found a way to add, like, to actually make it so that you can, like, send TikTok videos, like, to the GTA 6 equivalent of the, like, GTA 5 app?
Social club or whatever.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
Social Club. And then there you go. They get put onto GTA 6. So, like, you can see them, like, on like billboards or something, or you can see them like on like big TVs, like kind of like do like a New York style thing where like they have the big TVs or whatever, but do that in Miami, and then there you go.
It's such a prime location. Honestly, I'm looking at like the map or like where they've held Grand Theft Autos. I can't pick a better place, especially for now with everything going on. It's the perfect time to do a Florida GTA, and I couldn't be any more excited. Now, in closing, I have this question, unless you have another thing you want to add to this whole story.
No, no, I'm good.
All right. How confident? Because there was a story that came out recently that said Rockstar is very confident they're going to hit fall 2025. How confident are you in that? Because I am not, by any means of the word, confident that GTA 5 or 6 comes out the day it's supposed to.
I don't see it in fall of 2025. I see it more like, okay, fall is pretty broad, but for me, I always imagine fall as being like September, October,
Yeah.
like one of those 2 months. I envision it more along the lines of releasing maybe just before Christmas or something,
Mm,
so they could capitalize like on that
the
whole,
holiday.
oh, grandma's gonna buy me GTA 6 even though I'm 10
Yep.
market.
That's
Which,
how I got GTA
trust me,
4. I remember that
I,
vividly.
well, I worked at GameStop. I was one of the ones who was like, hey, don't buy this for your child,
It's like you don't
please.
even know what's going on in this game. It's some dark stuff. Uh,
And I guarantee you, Rockstar will want to like capitalize on that. I mean, there was a lot of grandmas, and I kid you not, there was actually a lot of grandmas specifically that would come in and be like, "My grandson mentioned GTA 5 to me. Is that a good game?" And I would go, "Are you okay with them going to a strip club?" And then they would just be like, "Oh my, I didn't know that was in there."
It's like, no, it's not. That's not the game. But yeah, that year for gaming is going to be huge with another Call of Duty, potentially Elder Scrolls 6, GTA. I mean, like, gaming is fully back that year. It's going to be insane. But yeah, I don't think it hits that release date. I think it gets pushed back potentially to the spring, maybe further. I don't know. It's really dependent because we're coming up on like all the showcases. If this game shows up in another type of form outside of that one trailer, then I'll be more confident. But as of right now, I'm not confident at all that it hits that release date.
I think that, Rockstar is big enough that they don't need to rely on like any of the showcases.
Oh no.
Like really they don't. Like the trailer went like skyrocketed in popularity and they didn't do it with any of those.
Yeah.
They just went, "Hey, community, we're releasing a trailer." And
It was like the
everyone
most
blew
liked
their mind.
post.
Like everyone had their minds blown because Rockstar was finally like, "Hey, I'm releasing a trailer for something." So I guarantee you, it's probably not going to show up. Like I'd be very surprised if they showed anything during one of the showcases. But I guarantee you, Rockstar will instead like do their own like showcase
Yeah.
later on, maybe in the fall or something. And then that's when they will be like, "Oh yeah, here's more about the story. Here's a little bit of a showcase of like the gameplay or whatever." And like, if anything, they'll at least give more information.
Yeah.
Like say, "Oh hey, yeah, this definitely will have an online mode that rivals 5 or whatever."
I just think whenever you look at Grand Theft Auto 6, this game, compared to any other game, at least in my lifetime, it has the most pressure on it to release in a complete state, almost bug free. And because let's face it, day one's going to be a mess. We all know it. Let's just expect it. I hope it's not, but you expect it nowadays. It has a lot of pressure on it to be the best game ever made. And that's not being like outlandish. I think that's on par with expectations because GTA 5 is one of the biggest games of all time and still to this day is one of the top games played on like Twitch, YouTube, whatever. So I think it's safe to say that.
Yeah, there's going to be a lot of pressure on it, but I mean, I don't know what state Red Dead Redemption 2 released in. To my knowledge, it wasn't anything major that was wrong with it.
No.
I didn't pick it up for like years after, so.
The multiplayer
But-
was bad, barren wasteland. The story, though, campaign, totally fine.
Yeah, like I remember people complaining about the online,
Yeah.
but that was the only thing that's the only thing I remember about it. And like, so I don't imagine that 6 will be that bad. Like, if anything, I imagine the online will probably be like a shit show to begin
Yeah.
with.
Yeah.
But the story itself will hold people over for however long it takes for Rockstar to fix the problems with the online.
Oh, yeah, they're going to do that buffer period where they're like, hey, you play the story for like 4 months, and then GTA Online, here you go, it's out now, whatever. Like they did with
Yeah.
5, so I fully
Exactly.
expect that. But yeah, it's going to
And
be a
they'll
big
probably
game.
also do some sort of like a thing where like, oh, if you're one of the first people to join the online, then you'll get something special. And
We're going to
all
be
that
there day
stuff.
one. I'm going to be there ready, trying to max out all my cash, get the biggest plane, and dominate Grand Theft Auto 6 lobbies. That is my goal for that year, but who knows what happens then. But that about does it here for our expectations, our hopes and dreams for the biggest game in recent memory, the most highly anticipated one in GTA 6. I've been Kalo, joined by Aiden, and we'll see you guys
it got
next.
really blurry. I don't know why.
Oh no, we're losing him. He's fading away. But we'll see you guys next time. If you enjoyed today's video and want more content just like this, consider subscribing to Game Sandwich for all your news, rumors, and reviews. And we'll see you guys next time.